Hey everybody, Tara Thomas, Waterloo Schools Communications Director. Always a pleasure to be on KBBG. Twice a month is usually our regular schedule. In the month of December, we do have only one show due to the holidays, so we want to make it a big one. And I am so grateful that we have so many wonderful students in our district whose talents we're able to share via radio. When it comes to vocal talents, we have so many schools with wonderful music programs under the direction of a lot of talented music professionals, and one of them is joining me on the mic. She is from Hoover Middle School. Tell us who you are and who you brought with today in the studio.
Well, my name is Terry Brandt, and I brought with me some of the 7th grade chorus girls. We had our concert on December 2nd, so we're post-concert and finding new things to learn. They had a wonderful concert, and they worked very, very hard. They did such a great job learning not just their music, but learning how to sing musically, learning to sing with a heart, and I'm very, very proud of them.
Talk about the music program specifically at Hoover Middle School. Between band, orchestra, and the vocal side of things, you have a lot of student participation.
Yeah, we have a great music program at Hoover. It's very large. I think there's altogether over 400 kids at Hoover involved in music. In chorus, we have about 270, and in orchestra, I know that there's over 100, and in band, I'm sure there's over 200. The orchestra concert was last Tuesday, and Mrs. Meyer-Krause and Mrs. Whitlock were our directors, and they had a great concert there. I think the 7th graders who are here particularly enjoyed playing the Pirates of the Caribbean.
Cool.
It's very nice. It was a difficult piece, but it was very good. And the band concert for 6th graders is next Monday, the 15th. And the band concert for the 7th and 8th graders is later on in January.
Well, we hope anybody listening who'd like to partake in some of the holiday happenings will be welcomed to any and all of our musical events. We hope you stay with us this half hour. In addition to hearing some of these vocal music talents of the Hoover girls in our studio, we're going to be hearing from some East High vocal music students as well. Interestingly, Terry, the programs have actually grown quite a bit across the board from our elementary to high schools. And yet there's, I think, the public perception that the arts are not something that school districts are enhancing or enriching. Clearly the growth and the success of your music department at Hoover and the other schools would counter that.
Right, we're very blessed at Hoover. We've always had a big music department. We continue to grow, and that's great. It's wonderful to enrich children's lives with music. We were talking today before we came how singing is a gift, and it's a gift that you give other people. Our gift today is our music that we're going to sing, and that we hope that the people who are listening on the radio, it brightens their day, and that's really the joy of music. And we work really hard, and the hard work is good, but we also have to remember that music is about joy, and it's about making us feel good and make other people feel good, and sometimes it's about sending a message and telling a story. And so we're just pleased as ever that we can do that every day.
Absolutely. What a rewarding job you have in that way, to connect students with that joyfulness of music and then bring out the vocal talents that many of them may not realize they have when they get to that middle school age. Let's hear from some of these students. Who are you to my left? Introduce yourself and make sure you get close to the mic.
My name is Liliana Clark.
And you're 7th grader, all of you in here are 7th grade?
Yes.
Okay. Why are you a part of vocal music at Hoover? What is it that you like about that experience?
I like it that we get to perform and show our musical talents to everyone who wants to partake in the concerts that we perform.
And how about you, across from me? We've met before. Tell me your name and tell me why you think it's fun to sing.
I'm Sydney Burt, and I find it amazing that so many people enjoy the music program like I do, because I find it it's like I don't know how to word it, but it's like really exciting that we get to do things in different languages and have a lot of opportunities to come to things like this.
Absolutely. When you talk about Hoover, I know there are many languages being spoken in the homes of a lot of Hoover students other than English. So I love that you have that cultural piece of it too. Now I'm going to have you swing that mic over here to your left, and I'll ask another student to tell us her name. Go ahead.
My name's Smith Denison, and what I really like about being on the music program is that we get to perform, and I also love singing, and I like how we have different parts and we mix up all the grades at the end of our programs.
That is neat. So you get to be around the older and younger students too, not just seventh graders. Terry, how competitive is it when you talk about band, orchestra, you hear like a first chair for a certain instrument? How does that work for vocal music?
Well, in the middle school, we're one big happy family. There aren't necessarily section leaders in terms of vocal ability, but we have a lot of leadership opportunities in the classroom. By adopting the Leader in Me program at Hoover, I'll bet almost all these kids have had a leadership job in somebody's classroom somewhere. So it's not competitive in terms of vocal ability. Everybody's growing at this age, and everybody's, my personal mission statement is all flowers bloom in their own time, and every flower will bloom. Sometimes it may not look like a flower at first, but every flower blooms. And so since it's a developmental skill, we are just one big happy family, and we develop and grow together.
I love that. That's a great mission statement. If you're just joining us, this is Tara Thomas, Waterloo Schools. You're hearing the voice of Terry Branch. She's over the vocal music at Hoover and has really graciously taken away these students for a fun opportunity to come to KBBG today. We have 20 seventh grade girls, all vocal music students, who are sitting around me in the studio. And we want to hear their voices, because if you have 400 students alone just at Hoover involved in music, clearly we have a lot of joyful noise happening in our district. So introduce this piece that they're going to sing for us, Terry.
Okay, they're going to sing part of a piece that we sang at our concert on December 2nd. It's called a Mozart Canon, and the words are just simply Alleluia. And you know, there's an app for everything, so I'm going to get my pitch pipe app going here.
That's cool. Wonderful. If we had an audience, they'd be clapping, and you can't hear the people at home that are driving or nodding going, wow, that was really good. So thank you to the seventh grade girls who make up part of all of the vocal students at Hoover. Terry, before we let you go back to class, I know you girls are probably hating to miss any learning time, right? We want to just remind people about what is the value of music education? Why is the outlet of music a component of that educational experience that we should offer our students?
Well, I'm a huge proponent of music education and of all arts education, because the arts are what make us human beings. The arts are what draw us together. The wide diversity of arts teaches us about every culture on the planet, teaches us about each other. When we participate in the arts, I think it changes us and we become better people. And then when we share that experience or that music with others, it helps, I think, to change others. And I think arts changes the world. And so I think if we're going to be global citizens and have a global outlook, I think we need to know about the globe. And that includes knowing about the culture of everyone and our own culture. And I think when it makes wonderful kids like this, it's testimony to the fact that the arts are important.
And how long have you been in music education? What's your history with the district or before that?
Well, I have been a music educator for 35 years.
Wonderful.
I've been at Hoover for 30 years, and I taught in another district for 5 years before that.
So have you had the privilege of being the music instructor for parents and then children of parents, and how has that
Yes.
connected over the years?
Yes, more and more, we call them grand students. So they're the daughter or the son of another student that I had. And it's really, really rewarding to get to see their children and get to teach children of kids that I taught many years ago.
Do you have students who are not surprisingly as vocally gifted as their parents before them? Have you recognized a talent and said, hey, I remember his or her mom and dad also
Yeah,
was
I
gifted?
think so. I think so. But I also think a lot of it has to do with the home. You know, if there's music in the home, there's going to be music in the student. And I think, you know, hopefully if they enjoyed it, you know, 10, 20 years ago, they're helping their students enjoy it now.
Why would you encourage parents or grandparents listening to our voices to give that nudge to that child in their home to try out some of the music offerings in our district?
Music's a very personal thing, and it's a great way to build self-esteem. It's a great way to come to know about yourself and to reach out to other people. Being a part of a group is like being part of a family. You have friends in chorus, you have friends in band, you have friends in orchestra, and that carries over into high school. You sort of find your place, and you make friends, and it's a great way to be a part of a school.
And tell us again about the upcoming performances for Hoover.
Okay, we have a band program on December 15th, next Monday, and that'll be the 6th grade band. And then the 7th and 8th grade band will be later on in January. In February, the 7th grade chorus and the 8th grade chorus have been invited by Dr. Lee Nelson at Wartburg to go up to Wartburg and be sort of the laboratory choir. We bring our pieces up, and then his students, his conducting students, will work with them. And it's like what we call at Hoover a win-win. We get to go up and have a great experience, and his kids get to work with real kids.
Well, I think it's wonderful, and we appreciate all that you're doing to help grow that music program. 400 students alone involved in the Hoover Middle School musical offerings, among them in our studio today, about 20 of the girls in the 7th grade vocal side of that. So thank you for taking a bus over here to join us today in the KBBG studios. Terry Brand and the Hoover girls, have a wonderful holiday, and thank you for sharing your vocal talents with us. We're going to be right back. Joining us, don't go away, some East High similarly talented vocal students under the direction of Travis Carey. We'll be right back. Thomas, Waterloo Schools Communications Director. So much fun today for our KBBG Half Hour Live. We have not just the vocal music students of Hoover, we had those 7th grade girls in here. Now we did this hectic swap out during that commercial break to bring in some East High vocal music students under the direction of Mr. Travis Carey. Welcome.
Thank you.
Tell us about your program. We see across the district so much growth in both the vocal and band side of music education, and you have grown that program at East. Tell us about it.
The year before I got there, we previously had 74 students in the vocal music program, and this year I was able to bring it up to about 105. So we grew about 30 to 40% within the vocal music department at East High School.
What is it that attracts students who have so many options and frankly are really busy in high school with the socializing and all the other things that teenagers do? How do you hook them and keep them interested?
As a choral director, that is one issue we always have a battle with, especially getting the males into the program. One thing that we always try to do is try to stay focused in school, be active in other things, make sure the kids see us among the building, especially if they don't know us. Get to know those kids that don't know you. That way maybe they have experience singing somewhere and you can hook them that way. And I also use my girls to my advantage to see if they know any guys that can sing, and then I'll kind of bug them that way to try to get them into the program.
Well, I love those techniques, and clearly it works. I don't know if any of you listening had the privilege, the pleasure of attending this Music Man production that East did. That was a great experience for both the students and the families and the spectators like myself who went to see it. You guys were awesome. One of our cast members is sitting here at the mic. Tell us your name and why you're one of the men that wants to be involved in vocal music at East.
My name is Arkel Baskerville, and I'm just a big fan of music, and I've been singing since I was a little kid. So I didn't actually start doing concert choir until this year, and I didn't start getting into the East High Choir until about the end of first semester last year when I was a sophomore. But it's been a pretty fun experience with bass clef, and now I'm with the concert choir, so that's pretty great experience with all of these people. Yeah.
Wonderful. And how about you? Tell us your name and why you wanted to be a part of this. Don't be shy. You're a singer. You're a performer.
I'm Ricardo Rodriguez. I've been in choir since I was in 3rd grade, so it's kind of always stuck to me. I was in Music Man. I was one of the quartet members. I've been in concert choir since freshman year. Always been in choir. I've even picked it over other things, like I was in band for a while, but couldn't really continue that with choir in a way.
Well, I know it's tough because you guys have so many choices, so it's wonderful that so many of you, as Travis Carey is saying now, over 100 students have landed in that East Vocal Music Department, really bringing so many talents together. Push that mic over to the left here and let's hear from one of the ladies in the room. Tell us your name. Who wants to speak? Come on, and don't be shy. No one can see us except she is recording this for YouTube, actually.
My name is Gorfu David, and I've been in choir since forever. And and I like singing a lot. That's like the only thing I do.
Why do you enjoy it? What does it do for you emotionally when you sing?
Music is life, and like it really is life. Like when you're depressed or when you're happy or whatever you're doing, it's just I love music. It's amazing.
Well, that's a great note to intro here some of these vocal music students sharing their talent. Set up an introduction for us, Travis, about what we're going to hear.
Okay. Our first number is that great traditional holiday piece, Carol of the Bells, that is done almost every year. I do it every year I've taught because it's been my favorite song of all time. And then we're going to take a trip back to my childhood, to the early 90s, and sing Christmas Star from Home Alone 2, Lost in New York.
Wonderful.
Thank you, Mr. Green.
Come on.
Hark how the bells, sweet silver bells, all seem to say, throw cares away. Christmas is here, bring your cheer to your old dong. Ding dong ding dong dong, ding dong ring dong. One seems to hear words of good cheer from everywhere, filling the air. Oh, how they pound, raising the sound, all the things on their tongues. Gathering and ring while people sing songs of good cheer. Christmas is here, ding dong, that is long. Winter will ring on your dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong. Christmas is here, bringing a cheer to young and old, making the bold. Ding dong, ding dong, dong, winter will ring on. One seems to hear words of good cheer from everywhere, filling the air. Oh, and now raising the sound of the days on their tongue. Gathering and ring while people sing songs of good cheer. Christmas is here, ding dong, that is long. Winter will ring on. Ding dong, winter will song too.
On they stand, on without end, their joyful tone to every home.
Ding dong, ding dong.
Excellent. That was so fun, and it does make you feel better just to hear that, especially live in person. So for those of you listening, it was quite a treat. We have this KPBG studio filled with East High vocal music students under the direction of Travis Carey. I'm Tara Thomas with Waterloo Schools, and they have another selection they're going to sing. Those of us from that same generation will remember Home Alone 2, Macaulay Culkin. There's a piece from that movie that they're going to share. But before we get to that, let's just hear from a couple more students. Who wants to share, come to the mic and share with us what it is about high school that with this vocal music offering, how does that enhance your high school experience? Because you know, you hear from a lot of kids that high school is tough and it's hard maybe to make friends or get connected, but how does it keep you connected to enjoying the educational experience? Tell me your name.
My name is Mikhail Hunt.
Okay, go to the mic. Yeah, there we go.
Great.
Okay.
My name is Mikhail Hunt. I've been singing since my freshman year, and I've been singing since I was little. I was brought up around music. My whole family sing.
What does it mean to you to be a part of
Music
it?
means to me is like, it can calm me down, it relaxes me. It's something I can go to when everybody's frustrating me.
That's a great point. And you feel like this is well worth your time commitment to be a part of it at East?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Because previously in the past years, I had a hard time with my vibrato. It's like a lot going on. So since Mr. Curry came in, he helped me build my confidence and helped me to go on.
I love that. So you can look to him to really help steer that talent in the right path so you can become a more talented vocal singer, as well as for a lot of you, I'm sure that this is a friendship that you guys have, or a bond with your fellow vocal students, right?
All right.
Yeah, talk about that. Who can speak to that? Let's hear from a girl. Hi, tell me your name.
Neva Uringa.
What is it like to be a part of this subgroup within East? How do you feel? Are you a family?
Yeah, it's definitely a family. We've like been with each other for over the years. These are like all the juniors and seniors, and we've like all been together since like freshman year. And high school without chorus isn't high school. It's different if you don't have a choir. And Mr. Carey is really awesome. I really appreciate him, and we just love it because we love to sing and we all have a passion for it, and it's just amazing.
Well, thank you. That's well said. Okay, let's hear another selection from the East High vocal music students under the direction of Mr. Kearney.
Hello, my name's Kyla Turner. I love East. I love going to East High, and I absolutely love singing. Doing that is just, it's a stress reliever. I feel happy doing it. It's my happy place.
That's great. Awesome. Okay, here we go. We're going to hear a second piece, and again, we're graced in the presence here of, 20 students from East High. So thank you all for getting out of class. I'm sure you're upset that you're missing just a little bit of learning, right? But we'll get one more song here, and then we'll get you back to school.
Distant stars that home up in the heavens, wonder what they see. Are they watching me? Christmas star, you spin your strands of silver, what a sight to see. Are you there to guide me? Starlight shine bright, see me through the dark night. Light my pathway, guide me home for Christmas Day. Midnight stars, they sail the sky in silence, hearing all they see. Hearing all they see. Are they hearing me? Christmas star, you watch the world so wisely, at my journey's end. At my journey's end. Will you be my true friend? Starlight shine bright, see me through the dark night. Light my pathway, guide me home for Christmas Day.
absolutely beautiful. So many talented voices. You were just hearing from East High's, a part of their vocal music program, about 20 students. Travis Carey, the director, over 100 students at East alone are taking part in vocal music in addition to all the band, orchestra, and other music education programs that are thriving across our district. We're about out of time, but just tell us about some of the upcoming opportunities the listeners would have to see these students in person.
The next performance that we have is our upcoming holiday concert on Monday, December 15th at the East High Auditorium at 7 p.m. This concert this semester includes all choirs along with the band and orchestra, so it will be about an hour and a half performance. But if you'd like to see the whole department perform at once, Monday, December 15th would be a good concert to come to.
Wonderful. Any new productions or musicals in the works you can share with us?
At this moment, we don't have, but we're still maybe planning on something for next year.
Wonderful, because I know a lot of the folks in this room would love to play some of those parts. So we have 30 seconds, and in that amount of time, 20 seconds, tell us why music matters.
Music matters no matter what. According to the federal government, it is one of our core instructional subjects. According to NCLB, No Child Left Behind, it keeps a lot of kids off the streets, especially at the high school level. And it's just an outlet for a lot of people nowadays, especially now since we've added music therapy to a lot of universities that a lot of people are studying. So music just is a way of life, in my opinion.
Well said. Thank you so much. Happy holidays to everybody. Thanks to East and Hoover's vocal music students, and we'll see you next month.
Thank you so much for having us, Tara.